Everyone has a number written on their arm. There has never been a 1 by Beelsback. The numbering, as the historians prefer to call it, happened 52 years ago, on July 7, 2024 at 1:16 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. It wasn't really anything special. Suddenly, everyone in the world just looked down and saw a number. Quickly after, scientists figured out the numbers followed rules. 1, each person, no matter what, had a different number, and the largest at the time it was recorded was 7,574,299,371. 2. When someone died, their number would disappear and immediately reappear onto a newborn somewhere in the world. Children were always born with numbers. 3. A rare phenomenon that was observed is called a renumbering. When someone kills another, the murderer gains the number of the deceased. 4. The numbers are unremovable. Every method has been tried, including amputation. 5. There has never been a recorded person with the number 1. Since the numbers appeared, the world's class order was rearranged. There soon was a literal 1%. The impoverished with low numbers became aristocrats overnight. Billionaires that got branded with a number above 100,000 were ostracized from their own society. The lower numbers took power in every country. The current man with the number 2 became the President of the United States at the age of 24. Discrimination ran rampant, renumberings among the higher numbers commonplace. The lowers never had to worry, they could afford top-of-the-line security at all times. The only mystery that remained unsolved, besides why the numbering happened in the first place, was the apparent non-existence of the number 1. Each baby born since the numbering was checked to no avail. A cult, called the Brotherhood of I, dedicated to the worship of the mythical number 1, grew, until the world was divided further into 2 categories: those who sought number 1 as a god to protect or as a blessing to kill for the purpose of renumbering. I, myself, hoped there would never be a number 1, but my hopes were misplaced. Number 1 was a little girl, named Sophia, born to my sister. As soon as she was born, the personnel in the room, all Brotherhood members, kept us on lockdown for 2 months, not letting anyone in or out while they protected Sophia. But even steel boats leak, and she was discovered. I escaped with my niece at the insistence of my sister, who was still unrecovered from childbirth. I'm certain that she's dead now. We were living on our own in the sparsely populated regions of Oregon. But I was tired of having a living target on my back. Sophia was no blessing. She was a curse. The number 1 is a curse. But I couldn't kill her. I didn't want her number. So, I left her. Alone. 2.5 months old, unable to sit up by herself. I hoped an animal would take care of her. I hoped it wouldn't count as my fault. I misplaced my hopes again. Because the number 1 just appeared on my arm.